Hey, what's up? I'm Isaac with Hardbody.com. I'm here with the one and only MMA superstar Ronda Rousey. How are you?
Doing good. Hanging out at the Gaspari booth and trying all the products out. It's pretty good.
And this is your first time appearing for Gaspari, right?
Yeah, I just signed my contract a few days ago, so they're giving me the crash course in all their products today.
So have you been to any of the expos fitness related? You've been to the MMA type of things, but the fitness type of related, have you been to any of those?
Oh, you're allowed to swear now?
Well, of course.
Oh, well, I was at the motherfucking Arnold Classic.
You were?
Yeah, like in 2005 or something like that.
Are you allowed? Like, you need to ask me for permission.
Well, some interviews you don't know like what's allowed and what's cool or not. Like if this is on the internet, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found the judo part in the Arnold Classic before, and which is kind of cool because my fight coming up next for the 135 title is going to be in conjunction with the Arnold Classic at the Columbus this time around on March 3rd.
And speaking of that, you're the headline, and it's not often that we see women headlining MMA events. Do you feel any pressure going into that you being the headline, that you need to like deliver a show? Because I've seen in a lot of your interviews, talked about GSP, that got people buzzing, that you said he's boring, and you talked about the entertainment value. Like, do you feel pressure to go in there and put on an entertaining show, being the headline of it?
Of course there's pressure. The women don't get that many chances in MMA. The last time that the women headlined a fight was 3 years ago when Gina and Cyborg fought, and we need to prove ourselves. That was a record-breaking event, in numbers-wise, and I really feel like if we need to do that all the time to be able to get the women in the forefront a lot. So, but pressure it's kind of a weird thing. Some people break under pressure and some people rise to it, and I feel like, the Olympics was a great teacher to me, and in comparison to the Olympic Games, which is every 4 years, it makes everything else kind of pale in comparison. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to handle it.
Who's like a female athlete that you looked up to, or do you have one that you looked to and like that was a role model as a young woman looking to other women that inspired you?
I mean, really, my mom was. She was.
Your mom was judo.
My mom was the first American to ever win the world championships in judo, and before any of the men did. And a lot of people told her it wasn't possible for her, and she was a single mother, and she was, getting her PhD, and she had knee surgeries and all this stuff, and she had every reason on earth to believe all the reasons that everyone told her that she wouldn't be able to do it, and she is just an amazing person, and she found a way to make everything that she set her mind to work. So she's very inspiring to me, and I always try to pull from that.
So that's awesome. And so, I mean, for women that don't have a mother in that position, like you were fortunate to have a mother that was an athlete, what makes you a role model, or do you feel that athletes can be role models to young women, someone such as yourself?
Yeah, I do feel like athletes can be great role models because I feel like sports are a metaphor for life. I learned so much from competing in judo and MMA that I can apply to everywhere. I had to, when I was a little kid, I was 10 years old, walking into a room full of Armenian guys, didn't speak any English, there's just no one, I totally stuck out like a sore thumb, and to be able to find, feel confidence and, be comfortable in any kind of situation, even though you have every reason not to.
What were you doing walking into a group full of Armenian guys?
Well, I wanted to be the best in the world, and I wanted to be a tough kid, and I felt like that was what I needed to do to be the best, and sometimes you got to put yourself in places where you aren't comfortable, and a lot of women are made to feel uncomfortable in a lot of athletic, environments. They go to the gym, or, people are trying to hit on them, they go to MMA gyms and it's all men, and they don't feel like they should be there. But I think one thing that is really easy to learn from sports is sorry, them talking while they're filming is really kind of screwing me up.
Hey, stop talking over there, Lonnie Teeper. No, we don't want you in here.
You want to do something about it? Who is this girl?
Oh, who? This is the Lonnie Teeper. Lonnie, who is part of the Iron Man.
I was going to interview her. My camera guy put the camera away.
Well, I'm interviewing her.
Our camera guy, you're distracting me in the middle of my interview.
Clearly, you don't.
So
clearly,
I should take the mic away.
Well, you clearly don't know who she is because
Yes,
she'll.
I do. She's a Strikeforce champion.
March 3rd, I'm going to be.
Oh,
She's not the Strikeforce champion yet. However, she is a judo champion who will fling your ass across the ring here if you.
My back.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
You can get in here. Stop talking to my cameraman.
I'm sorry.
Talking off camera. What is up with that? With like interviewers wanting you to like prove your strength. Like I saw some guy who like didn't think that you could take him down, and like he was complaining about his balls hurting, and then another guy you're like on what, Attack of the Show, and he wanted you to flip him. Like, what's the deal with that?
I don't know. Everyone wants to get thrown now. For some reason, I was going to the event the other day, and one of my teammates was fighting. I was asking the promoter, I'm like, can I get some like free tickets for my family? And they're like, well, you know, if you throw me in the middle of the ring. I'm like, why does everyone want to get thrown? Is this some weird fetish that's going around now that everyone wants to get slammed? But yeah, if you want to get thrown, I mean, maybe we have to step away from the Gaspari booth because I don't want to piss off my new bosses already. Just taking out all the reporters. You're supposed to talk to them, not kill them.
So speaking of reporters and online interviews, I'm assuming you follow the MMA boards.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that gets under your skin and you read what they write about you and you're like, oh, I hope I see that douchebag so I can like confront him?
No. The thing is, I don't want everybody to like me, and I don't want everybody to hate me. I want everyone to disagree about me. You know, that's why, like, I look at these forums, and then people are writing novels about everything that I say, and that's what I want. I want every single time that my name comes up in a conversation for it to spark a debate. Not like every time someone comes up like, oh yeah, I like that guy, conversation over. Like, oh yeah, that guy's a jerk, oh, conversation over. I want one person to be like, oh, I love her, oh, I hate her. Yeah. And then I want the conversation to go on like that, and that's how, you know, one of the contributing reasons I think why we're the main event for this upcoming Strikeforce event.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that said that you talked yourself into it. I mean, you talked your way into a fight, which, I mean, for me, it's like props to you because there's so many women that aren't doing that or so many fighters in general that aren't. But I read, I think it was Loretta Hunt did a story on you, and she mentioned, was it your sister had given you some advice as far as like, you know, giving sound clips or giving something to take away from it? I mean, did your sister help you in like putting this persona out, or have you always been outspoken?
My sister Maria, she's a sports fighter, so she gives me advice and stuff like that, and kind of guidelines and stuff. But I wasn't outspoken always. I didn't really speak coherently until I was 6 years old. I was very shy, and I until I was probably about 21 or so. You know, I didn't really come out of my shell till way later. But I think this whole thing, like, oh, you talked your way into a title fight, that's a degrading way of saying that I'm smarter than them, really. It took them 6 years to make as much progress as I did in 6 months. I mean, maybe instead of just insulting me, they should look at why they didn't make that kind of progress that quickly, you know? And it has to do with, A, their performances aren't that exciting, B, their interviews are not that exciting, and like, there's so many things that they could have done that they didn't do that they're pissed off at me because I thought of it.
So speaking of one thing with women, and a lot of times women aren't always portrayed as athletes. Like they always say a female athlete instead of just referring to you as an athlete. Yeah. Like, and I mean, it's no mistake that you're not a cyborg of the world. Like you are attractive, and that has helped you. I mean, Gina, it worked for Gina. Where is the line as far as like what you'll do or not do to play up the sexy part? Like, do you feel that helps you or detracts from your athleticism, or it's part of it?
I think it's all part of it. I mean, the line I draw is however much skin I won't show in public, I'm not going to show in a magazine, you know? So if I'm, you know, on the beach, whatever skin I'll show on the beach, I'll show in a magazine or whatever like that because...
You wear a Borat type? Borat? Yeah, like the slingshot?
I don't wear the thong that goes across my nipples. It's pretty much
just
like
pasties
a thong, yeah. But no, I'm not a pasties or a thong person. So, but
a swimsuit, like.
Yeah, I don't think you have to do stuff like that. I don't think you have to degrade yourself to, you know, put yourself out there as being.
What about like ESPN body? Would you do that?
Would I have to be naked?
Well, have you seen the body issue? Like,
like
Hope Solo, you know, mowing the lawn or holding the water hose and she's naked.
It would have to be tactful. Yeah. You know, I mean, if it would be something like that, if it would be like kind of like an artful thing, like, you know, ESPN when they have like a very, you know, reputable photographer and it's kind of like an art piece, then as long as I would see their idea and know that it was tactful, you know, classy, not slutty, that's the kind of like line that I'm trying to stay more on the classier side.
Right on. And you just recently did a photo shoot, more fitness related, for Fitness RX. How was that?
It was really cool, but it was pretty much like a long, slow workout all day long because they wanted me to show like a bunch of the exercises that I do, which, you know, they're kind of crazy, flippy, Swiss ball, you know, exercises, and they'll want me to do it over and over and over and over again so they get the picture. And then it was like a 7-hour shoot. By the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, I've been throwing people and jumping on Swiss balls and doing all this stuff. So it was a little tiring, but it was cool. It was fun. They were nice.
Have you done a lot of the fitness shoots, or was that your first one?
My first fitness shoot? Yeah, I did the Vogue shape issue for in 2008 before the last Olympic.
Long term, like obviously you're probably not going to be wanting to fight when you're 50 years old. Like what's long term for you? Long
term for me or for women's MMA?
Well, for you.
For me, I'm entertaining a bunch of ideas. I feel like so many people put time and energy into teaching me that I should teach. I need to teach. Even if I wouldn't make money off of the school, I need to open a school. And then also, I've been kind of getting into stunts and stuff like that for movies and things. And like CSI and all that. But I don't know about acting yet. I like the running, jumping, climbing trees part, but I don't know. If I have to do, if it presents itself, I'll try it. But I'm not really going to pursue acting that much.
Have you seen Gina's movie Haywire?
I loved it. It was so cool. It was so cool.
I'm calling BS. Like, you actually loved it? You're the only okay, I take that back. There's only 2 people. Now, are you saying you loved it because you're tight with Gina, or did you really love it?
I really loved it because
If you didn't know Gina.
If I didn't know Gina, I would have been completely blown away because I've never seen women's action scenes where it's just one frame. You always see it like bouncing from perspective to make you fool and to think that this tiny little stick thin, like, whatever girl that would probably faint if she held a stick of string cheese, was actually punching these guys in the face. It's totally not believable. It's the most believable action movie I ever saw with a woman. It really is like you're sitting in the room and just watching it all happen in one frame. It was one continuous shot.
So you like the action of it. What about the plot? Like, I heard that the script was terrible.
It's an action movie.
So you're not going for a plot, but for you...
I thought it was cool. It's a Steven Soderbergh film, I mean, really?
You're going to get fired up.
Oh, no. You got one earring in.
Now
you're sitting here with a backwards cap, roll your eyes at me. You want to start this conversation with me? You want to start hating on my girl's Gina film? You want to think that you're not going to get anything from me? Nice puka shell necklace, by the way. Jesus Christ.
I love how you waited until the end of the interview to insult me, because I insulted the movie if you like the movie. Clearly, you can get your buttons pushed, and I don't need to ask you what fires you up for a fight, because you're not going to have any problem come March 3rd getting fired up for a fight. So now let's do rapid fire. First thing that comes to mind, fanny pack.
George Costanza.
Really?
Didn't he have one? Episode of Seinfeld and didn't get his fanny pack?
Well, I don't know. I'm convinced that everything...
Maybe he had a big wallet and he had to sit
Yes,
sideways.
it was. That was a big wallet to where he had bad bags.
Oh, well.
Well, he should have had a fanny pack.
I haven't had that many. I'm sorry if I haven't had as many encounters with fanny packs as you have, dude. I don't really associate it with that much. What do you associate fanny packs with?
This expo, look around.
Your closet?
Yes, I can fit my entire closet. I have a different one for every one of my outfits that matches my shell necklace. Thank you very much. So you were a bartender at one time. Cheesiest line you ever heard while bartending?
Oh, God. Cheesiest one? I worked at a pirate bar, too. I don't know.
Pirate bar?
A bar.
Did you have to wear like a fake hook and a patch?
No, it wasn't like that creditscore.com commercial. It wasn't like that. It was, it was like a cool, like, did you know that movie 500 Days of Summer?
No.
Well,
but if you liked it, then probably didn't watch it.
It was like a cool, like, not cheesy pirate bar.
Okay. So you didn't get cheesy, you didn't witness guys like being McCheese?
Oh, man, there were so many. Like the Windex one. Do you clean your pants with Windex?
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, I can see myself in them. Is it hard for you to get those pants on? Is it going to be hard for me?
Wow, it never ends. Never.
Yeah.
All right. Video games.
Star Wars, Old Republic. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it up. I'm going to set it up in my woman cave. I'm really working on that. I'm going to have it all set up after this fight, and I'm going to get really into the Star Wars Old Republic and get up to level 50, and I'm just going to like charge it. Dude.
So you're a bit of a gamer.
Kind of a little bit.
I saw a little bit on Twitter, like you were throwing out your handle on some game, yeah?
Yeah, I need gems on Dragon Vale. If you want to friend me on Game Center, my handle's Rowdy Ronda. I need gems. I want to get an Epic Breeding Island because I want to get like a couple of the other dragons that it's really hard to get in. Yeah.
So all you video game nerds will understand what she's saying. I have no clue. And we've been rambling on forever. Yeah, well, not rapidly. There was nothing rapid about this except your temper when I insulted your likes for movie. Note to self, do not question. When did you get Rowdy? When the nickname Rowdy, is that something that you're like Rowdy Piper that came along?
Yeah.
You named yourself? You're like, Rowdy sounds cool.
We were trying to think of like nicknames.
Like you and the mouse in your pocket?
Me and like my teammates and my friends. I was like, we need a fighting name. And everyone, they always came with Rowdy first. But they were like, Rowdy Piper as Rowdy. And I was like, I know, I love Rowdy Piper. And then I was like, GoCore opened up his new gym. And then Rowdy Piper was there because Gene LaBelle, who's one of my coaches, actually gave Rowdy Piper his black belt. So he came there and I was like, hi, could I, if I was to fight, would you mind me using your name? Roddy, you know, and he was like, you know, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, I'm sure he thought he would never see me again or hear of it again.
So you're going to come out in a kilt?
No, I'm not the least bit, you know, was it Scottish?
Yes.
Yeah, because Ariel Iowani said Irish, then I agreed with him, and he was like, Ronda said Irish. I was like, that guy said Irish first, but now I guess it's
Well,
Scottish.
Ariel, you know, I mean, Ariel will set you up, and then he'll blame it on you.
That's true.
Ariel, did you hear that? So we're here at Gaspari, announcing officially you've signed with Gaspari Nurition,
Poster girl, right here.
and
Property up. I am really their property.
so now Gaspari owns your ass.
Yes,
Where are we going to be seeing you?
At the Gaspari booth at the LA Fitness Expo, duh.
Well, for those people that are watching this video, clearly didn't see you before. Beyond the Fit Expo, where are we going to be seeing you? Are you going to, I mean, clearly you have your fight, so you're focused on that at the Arnold. Will you be at the Arnold booth at all?
Yeah, I want to be hanging around at the Arnold Classic after my fight. And this is going to be March 3rd in Columbus, Ohio.
Will you be wearing the belt, like, over your shoulder?
I will probably not leave that anywhere for a couple days, so
So you'll be wearing it
I'll
permanently?
be wearing it everywhere, I think, for a while. I do that with my Olympic medal. It's like covered in dents and like dirt because I was just wearing it out. I'm like, let's go, Clement! I got my medal, so I'm probably
It's kind of like the Stanley Cup. You like went everywhere. Did you let other people wear it?
Yeah, I let everybody wear it. It's the kind of thing that's meant to be shared, not to be put on a shelf, you know.
What do you think about Chael's fake belt?
I think he's hilarious. That's such a great idea. I mean, like, it's so funny because everyone's talking about it. That's the whole point, you know. Like, who would think to go get themselves like, no, I'm the people's champ. Here's the belt. Like, that's funny.
So on March 3rd, you're not going to need a fake belt when you're appearing at the Gaspari booth because you're going to be taking on Miesha Tate, taking her belt. Last question for you.
Don't make me do your job for you, dude.
Do you want the microphone? No. I saw you asking questions when you were asked the favorite fighter. What's your favorite fighter? What's your favorite fighter? And then that like turned into a whole shitstorm of you saying that GSP was boring, and then it turned into...
I'm just saying that I'm sure I'm not the only person that liked GSP the contender much more than GSP the champion.
You're going to finish the fight, hold the title, be at the Gaspari booth. I know that you don't have it planned. You've been asked that a gazillion times. How do you envision finishing the fight? You're going to finish the fight and be at the Gaspari booth at the Arnold, the champion, right?
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Thank you for your time. I'm happy that I could fire you up once. I didn't know that it'd be over Gina's movie, but if you want an endorsement from Haywire and you see it and like it, that comes from Miss Ronda Rousey. If you don't, I haven't seen it, so I can't speak on it. So I will take your word for it and see it, and then I'll report back on hardbody.com and follow up with you on Twitter, which is...
Oh, at Ronda Rousey, RONDA
No underscores or any.
Nada, just.
And you're on Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook fan page. My Facebook's full.
But it's you, right? Like
It is me. I actually do it. I don't have anyone like doing any of my social media for me, and it's actually just part of my job. I sit there and I do it all day long.
Cool. So hit her up on Twitter, Facebook. Make fun of me like she made fun of my earrings and hat and glasses and
Necklace.
And necklace,
And your
yes.
fanny pack.
And my fanny pack, which we will not show in here. She's just jealous that she doesn't have her pink one anymore. And for that, we'll see.
Did you do his pants? Did you look at these?
Hey, don't be hating on my pants.
Saying white tigers. You see this?
You like the tigers. The tiger is a dangerous animal.
Yes.
Unlike you, I can't back up my shit by just flipping people, so I need to wear tigers on my pants to prove how tough I am. And with that, now that I've been made fun of from my hat all the way down, you want to make fun of my shoes too while we're at it?
No, they're all right.
Oh, my shoes are all right. All right, cool. So from my shoes down to my pant legs, I'm Isaac with Hardbody, laughing, not raging in anger. Ronda Rousey. See her on Twitter, Facebook, and at the Arnold, Strikeforce leading the way to victory. We are finally out.